think painting a storm sky and tall ship is difficult. I'll show you the easy method that makes it surprisingly doable, even if you are a beginner. Before we start painting this dramatic sky and sea, let me show you my setup. Just a 3mm MDF panel and bit of blue tack to hold on the wall. That's all you need to get going. Just make sure that you have treated with the gesso. Both sides MDF panel needs to be treated very well, at least 3 times, 3 layers, and lightly sanded between the layers, and you got the perfect smooth surface for the painting. I have separate videos for the homemade gesso and how to treat an MDF panel for the painting. So if you want to check it out on my video list, so it's all there. And I always using the liquid original which speed drying times, improves flow and reduce the brush strokes as well. It's just a great medium to use instead linseed oil, because if you do use linseed oil, it makes the paint dry very slowly. But depending what you want to do, of course. If you prefer that, that's fine. Like you can see, I just put the Prussian blue right on top, which is a little bit more darker blue, and then underneath that I put ultramarine blue, and then the white on the middle. So just using the palette knife to spread it first, and then I using the blending brush. And now I just wanted to wipe a little bit that color off, that it doesn't mix up with the underneath with my titanium white. I try to keep it very light where the sun gonna be, and then I'm just blending it with my blending brush. Like you can see, I'm just adding up the sun spot, and it keeps it nice and white with my palette knife, and also using a paper towel to print out some of the clouds in the background. I left the painting dry overnight, and now we can do the next layer. And this is good about the oil painting, because layer by layer you can change the scene however you want it. We are starting mixing up the dramatic colors for the sky, the clouds and stuff. So I'm just mixing up an Indian yellow as well, just a little bit. I'm using it. Like I can see on the top, I was just testing it up what color it's gonna be. I'm also getting some Prussian green and Patalo turquoise colors ready for the ocean colors. I don't need a lot because they're very strong colors, so I'm gonna mix them up with the titanium white and so on. Black is easy to get a mixed ultramarine blue and burn down by the same amount. You get the black color. And now we're getting creative. We just get the piece of paper towel. Just make sure that it's industrial paper. It's a little bit more tougher and doesn't leave any fluff on your painting. The whole idea is to tap those darker colors first, and then you can add a little bit more titanium white, and then you just blend it with your blending brush between them, and then add up bit by bit. Like you can see, just adding up different value of the blue and darker colors, and then I just add a little bit more titanium white, which gives that fluffy look. And between them as well, when you blend it, it gives that fluffy cloud cover sort of thing. And don't be scared to just use your imagination and just tap those clouds on the panel. Even using your palette knife to give that bit of an effect as well. I'm also using the crumpled clean paper towel to blend it, to get those clouds as well. Good way to get those bit of an effect as well. It's all about to work on your painting how you want it, and step 2 meters back and have a look how it looks. And then if you're happy, just leave it as it is. It is sometimes a problem for the painter. It's called painter's curse, that painter is never happy with your own painting, and you're most critical on your own painting. But sometimes you just have to let it go and just leave it as it is, even if it doesn't look exactly how you thought it would look. But you know, eventually it gets easier and it's part of the process. I'm applying darker blue on the top, the lighter, which is the underpainting. And now I'm just doing those waves with my clean paper towel and swiping those waves, and you can see the underpainting is shining underneath. So it's a good way to get those darker wave effects. And using my soft blending brush as well to soften up those harder lines. This is our second layer. So we steady start building up our waves using a little bit more darker value of the colors, blue colors. And then we build it up to light it up a little bit more with titanium white. I like using a palette knife. This actually got the curvy sides, so you can either using the flat surface of the palette knife or actually the edge of the palette knife. So it's a great tool to do all these wave highlights. I also show my little sponge effect trick. You just break up a little piece of the sponge, and then you just dip it on titanium white and tap it on your painting. Gently get those prints out of the little dribbles and splash of water, and then you're using our little brush to correct it underneath the wave. And again, I just left the painting dry properly, and we do the third layer, which is now easier to do the tall ship. If I do any mistakes, I can just wipe it off and gently correct it. So this is a great way to do your ship in the end, sort of thing. And you take your time. Obviously, you want to get everything done properly at the first swipe, but you know, it's just easier to correct if there is any mistakes. An important thing is keep your colors like monotone colors, which mean that you got only maximum 3 or 4 colors. At first, using the darker colors, which is the black, using ultramarine blue, burnt amber, you get the black color. And then I got that coal oxide color, which is very darker gray, brown, earthy color. So the white is obviously for the highlights when we need the white, just to get that little bit more tone up to the lighter colors like the sail and all that. But it's just easier to manage, unless when you got the different colors like red or yellow, then it start getting too messy. So this way it's just easier to keep it very simple. And then later on you can actually do the glazing using the transparent colors on the top. That would be the fourth layer, which means that the painting is totally dry and ready, and you can add some colors. And you can see it at the end. I'll do some glazing to get a little bit color on my sails and stuff. So if you want to keep watching, you can see the difference of the ship sails, and even the hull. I'm gonna put a little bit more burnt sienna to highlight a little bit more timber colors. Get your mast done by palette knife, get it nice and straight, and then you get the hull underneath, and that's a good starting point. And then you just add those sails on the top of it. And because we are using the same color, it's a black color obviously, and it's just easier to manage, adding the outlines of those sails and whatever need to be added. And using your small angle brush to just add the color on the sails. And you can see the mast is black color, so it's just blending with that other color, which is fine because we're gonna keep the darker color on the left hand side, and then we add some titanium white, a little bit lighter colors on the right hand side. Just tweaking around with that color, and it just works very well. Palette knife is the best way to get those straight lines, and use your paper towel to fix it up if you need to fix. And then those lines, what I'm doing on the front are the front sails. I get the straight line first, and then I just fill it up with my angle brush, the sails. And then I just give a bit of a bow on with the angle brush to get that a little bit more natural for the sail look. And again, using your palette knife to get those ropes, because the tall ship got a lot of ropes and lines going on the ship. So just add up randomly, just have a look. You know, you can actually Google and to have a look at the tall ships. It's just full of lines and stuff. And just add up, and using the palette knife for that, get nice and neat ropes and lines. And when all the darker colors has been done on the ship and sails and masts and all that, then you can add up some highlights. Just add a pure titanium white, and then you can actually just using your angle brush just to push it up a little bit where you want to push it. Like here, I'm just adding a little bit too much titanium white, but I'm pushing with my angle brush to make it smaller. So you will see that the lines are a little bit smaller than what they were originally. And now I'm just starting adding up more highlights for the ocean part of it and surrounding of that ship. I'll give it a little bit more waves and splash of the water, using even my sponge again. If you made a little mistake to adding too much titanium white, you can always wipe it off with clean paper towel. Like I said before, I got the little tiny sponge in my hand, and I just adding up little splashes and stuff, and it's just a great tool to do your water highlights. And just adding up little lighthouse in the distance. And now I show you just a very simple tool to get the little dot, perfect dot as well, which is the cotton earbud sticks. And using your angle brush to swipe that little light beam, just to touch in a little bit white dot we made. If you're still here, I really appreciate your time. It's been fun to do this tall ship painting, and if you want to check up still the glazing, what I have done for this ship, it's right here. And thank you so much. See you next video. Thank you.